All right, let's start. Oh, I don't have chat up. Oh, well, doesn't matter. I can get that up very, very quickly. Welcome, everyone. So, yeah, today we're continuing with the GitHub Actions. So let's just get this up. Let's get up this. But what I need to do is shove it over here. Shove this here. Click on this. Move this down like this. Duplicate this. Move this out. Move this over here. Oh. Alright, so where did we leave off last time? Yeah, we decided what we were going to do. So we're going to use, to trigger the GitHub action, we're going to use the pat/curl stuff. How we're getting the latest release number and then apply that to the Docker is the GitHub reference. So the pity is, I didn't save any of those tabs. So what we need is we need to do something like this. Searching and reading the docs. So let's get started. How to capture a curl into okay. Okay, sucks. Hey, sweetie. Alright. Like usual, Socks wants to get in front of me as much as possible and block where's my screen or my mouse. That hasn't stopped her today. Okay. Don't you dare click on anything random. Okay, I keep forgetting what it is. Okay, I think I have, just give me 2 seconds. Alright. I don't think it's this, but we'll just double check. So, because you love sitting on my stuff, don't you? Okay, note this events will only trigger a workflow run if the workflow file is on the default branch. Alright, cool. Yeah, that's fine. You can use the GitHub API to trigger a webhook called repository dispatch. Okay. This is getting yawny already. When you want to trigger the workflow for activity that happens outside of GitHub. Yes, actually, this is what we want. For more information, see repositories. When you make a request to create a repository dispatch event, you must specify an event type to describe the activity type by default. Repository dispatch activity types trigger a workflow to run. Use the types keyword to limit the workflow to run when a specific event type value is sent in the repository. All right. So in this sort of case, got repository dispatch, bit of hair in my mouth, types, and we've got test result in here. Do we have a list of types? We don't, do we? We'll find some examples. Ooh. Any data you send through the client payload parameter will be available in the GitHub event context of your workflow. For example, if you send the requested body when you create a repository event, so event type test result. All right. I think that can be anything. Client payload, we've got passed, false, message, error, timeout. So we're going to pass through the GitHub tag. So the tag will be the release number and so forth like that. So then you can access the payload in the workflow like this. Perfect. That's what we want. All right, cool. We're actually going to create a test workflow first. I just want to test it out first. Yeah, because weren't we doing something with tags? I think we were doing something with tags. We've got the test GitHub ref. And I think that was working how we wanted it to. All right. We're gonna start this up. All right, cool. If memory serves me correctly, I'm doing that. Let's list. All right, so we've got analyze, deploy, test thingy. That's on a push. Oh, sorry. Sorry, every week I forget about this particular tool. So act, event name to run, flags. All right, so we need that. We've got test thingy. If no event name pass, it'll default on push. Okay, sudo bin act analyze. All right, I feel like this isn't working. I'm trying to remember how I did it. So if I go push test thingy, all right, yeah. And then what I do is I just delete that code. All right. I'm not going to spend too much time fluffing around. And hey, Sandy Lee, how are you? Do you know that roses are red, violets are blue? Rhyming is hard. Thank you very much, Sandy. All right, Socks, you are jumping around like there is no tomorrow. Wait, Socks. Socks. Yeah. How are you, Sandy? Hopefully you're going well. I'm forcing Socks into cuddles at the moment. You're going diplomatically. Oh, I'm assuming that's a good thing. Just the cat. She probably hates it. Alright, so this is just setting up this. And it should give us the reference. Oh, fair enough. Okay, so if I go GitHub Actions curl example, how to send one. I think it's just going to be easy as name send curl run curl. Let's just do a simple curl. Oops. Oops. The I options to tell curl only. Yep. All right. The output, we don't want to do output unless we want to do output to terminal. Sucks. Nope. Nope. Storing headers. Testing the download time. Yeah, let's just curl. Alright, we don't need to do much. Alright, this job succeeded. Okay, that one stopped. I don't see where it echoed out hello world. Oh, there it is. Hello world. And then, there's the thing. Alright, cool. So, what we want to do is, yeah, that should just work. Alright. So, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this, because we don't need it. What we're doing is we'll set up this as a test. Once it's working and all that kind of stuff, we'll actually add it to the end of this. So this will be deploy static files, and then at the end of this, it'll be trigger Docker build. And then what we need is deploy static files. And, well, it also needs deploy NearBeach, but I don't know if that's the correct way of doing that. I think it's got to be in an array. Yeah, it's got to be in an array. So we do something like that. Oh, yeah, runs on Ubuntu latest. Perfect. Steps, users, actions, checkout at version 4. Our name would be use curl to trigger Docker deployment. And done. All right. So now all we need to do is go over here. So we just need to pass through stuff through like that. We'll have this running how we want it to. What we'll also do is on NearBeach Docker, we'll go into a new window. We'll actually create a workflow called Docker trigger test.yaml. We'll add it in, and we'll have the usual sort of, we'll actually just copy this. And then what we'll have is GitHub event message. We'll actually, instead of message, we'll have version. We won't have the if statement there. All we really need is just this. And then we've got something like that. And I think that will work perfectly fine. All right, echo version github.event.client payload.version. Oh, it doesn't like that. All right. So we'll do it like that at the moment. Sorry, just cleaning up with the pen. So what I want to do is I want to git status, git add, git commit, uploading tests for the curl triggers, git push. But we need to actually jump over into github.com, NearBeach Docker, and we need to actually stop the actions. Cancel workflow. All right. And the reason being is we don't need to do another release of NearBeach. This would just waste up minutes. We've got plenty of minutes, but still, I'd rather not waste stuff. All right, so that's there, ready for testing. So what we need to do, okay, the answer that relates to your query question, a way you could capture the code, the response as a string. No. Oh, we never tested this fully. It did the hello world. All right. Let's see how they do in the curl. This event occurs when a GitHub app sends a post request to the repo's owner repo dispatches. For more information, see the REST API documentation for creating a repository. Yep, all right, cool. To subscribe to this event, GitHub app must have at least a read level access for the contents, repository permission. So available for GitHub apps, webhook payload, object for repository dispatch is the event type that was specified in, all right, cool. So it's going to be a post. We send it to the GitHub API with repos, owner. So that'll be NearBeach Docker dispatches request body. So this is all required. And we won't need enterprise. We won't need installation. The GitHub app installation. Webhook payloads contained. All right. Okay, cool. We have a curl script over here, which we're just going to copy. And we are going to close this. We're going to close this. We're going to go into our test one. Actually, we're going to see if that it worked. Worked perfectly fine. What we're going to do, new line, we're just going to paste it in. Going to delete that. All right, so we've got a curl list, X post, yep. H accept, yep. All right, cool. Authorize bearer. Now I need my token. Okay, so that's not going to be a problem. I'll get a bearer token. We will do a test with the bearer token, and then I'll delete it. Or I should be able to hide it, shouldn't I? No, I'll do it through the secrets. I'll do this properly. GitHub API revised version. Yep. HTTP. So what we need is in here. We need NearBeach, and then this is a lowercase, NearBeach Docker. Dispatches. Event type. This is on-demand test they've got. So what we want to call this is Docker deployment NearBeach. Version. And then we're just going to put in a string in here. And we're going to put in version number insert. Now, in reality, that's actually going to be... Ooh, that's actually going to be... Just gotten rid of that test, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Shoot. Why did I do that? Okay, give me a couple of seconds. Name, trigger, Docker deployment, run. I'm just going to paste those in again. This won't take long to redo. So owner is NearBeach. Repo is NearBeach-Docker. Version. And what we have is $. GitHub ref, like so. That should give us a reference. So let's go through this again. Curl L X post H H H. All right, and then we hit that sort of thing. We need our bearer token. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how we've done that already in our actions. So in our actions, sorry, GitHub workflow. All right, we've done it like this. So I am going to change that. I'm going to paste it in. GitHub bearer token. All right, we're just going to do that. Oops. Simple, easy, and we're hoping this gets triggered correctly. All right, so under the GitHub, all that stuff, what I need to do is I need to actually go to NearBeach. Yep. Need to go to settings. And sorry, this is where I put myself on full screen just because, well, I need to get this bearer token. And hello, P1257, how are you? welcome. I do hope you are enjoying my stream. I am just trying to get a bearer token. And I've absolutely forgotten how. So let's read the docs. It's one of those things you set and forget. Okay, using the REST API, get started. Alright, cool. This article describes the GitHub REST. Yep. Alright, cool. GitHub event types. You're doing pretty good. Oh, that's good to hear. So I'm working on NearBeach, which is an open source project management system. Currently, at the moment, we are using GitHub actions to automate the deployment. So at this very second, for me to actually deploy, I've got to make and build both the Python and the JavaScript too. I then got to run a couple of tests, which we've moved to Circle CI. After that, I've got to deploy to PY manually. Then I've got to do a release, which triggers an existing GitHub action, which handles the CDN, and another GitHub action, which handles the Docker stuff. So yeah, I am using Django. So yeah. Anyway, this takes a lot of time. This takes between 20 to 40 minutes to actually do. Automating it would save me a lot of time. I work as an I'm terrible with acronyms, SWE, but never understood how these open source contributions work. So yeah, well, it's just, we like code, we like open source code, so we contribute to it. So yeah. It's kind of like working in the workplace, but everyone's everywhere. Alright, so events that trigger workflow. Yep, we don't want that. What I want, GitHub bearer token. That's API. Let's Yep. Many of the REST API endpoints require authentication or return additional information if you're authenticating. Yep. Manage your personal access tokens. Alright, personal access tokens. Yep, sweet. Alright, so I need to do this at the organization level. It goes... Yep, alright. Alright, cool. I am going to follow that. Excuse me whilst I do this. A bearer token is, yeah, just some auth. I don't know what JWT stands for. Authentication. As for how, okay. JSON Web Token authentic. Okay, I've never used JWT. So, yeah. So yeah, we're just using a bearer token. I've used bearer tokens in the past. I've used what else? A lot of the times, the authorization that I've been doing with APIs has been bearer tokens. There's also, keep forgetting the other ones that I use. So yeah, usually it's set and forget for me. So I never really study them enough. Alright, so I need to actually go to the organization. And then under settings, I need to go to secrets and variables. No, that's creating... Alright, let's read this properly. Years now. So yeah, I'm mostly a full stack. So I deal with backend, I deal with front end. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. So it's with web dev. I've been doing it since work-wise since 2019. With programming itself, I've been doing it for a lot longer than that. I did do a little bit of system administration about 14 years ago and stuff like that. I come from a weird background, so I studied maths, jumped into essentially a data scientist role before that term was coined. I then ended up in IT for a bit, which I hated, and then yeah, just jumped around. Jumped into web dev. All right, creating a fine grain. All right, cool. No, fine grain personal access tokens are currently in beta and subject to change. That's probably why none of these settings are matching up. So I do click on the profile thing, go to settings, go developer settings. All right. Yeah, you work backend? Oh, fair enough. The front end is atrocious. It took me a while. I do find JavaScript libraries like VueJS, React, Angular, and so forth like that do help quite a bit because all I'm doing is manipulating the data. And that's amazing. Background, I studied data scientist in undergrad. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. It's been a while. So when I was a data scientist, Python and R were just becoming a massive sort of thing. The whole sort of industry was still built on Excel. So I got really good at Excel. To the point that I've pretty much found quite a lot of bugs in Excel. So I don't trust Excel as much as other people do. One of the bugs I have found is there's 2 Perths in Australia. There's one in Western Australia, which is the capital of Western Australia. There's one also in Tasmania. I had a list of every single suburb in Australia with state and all that kind of information in it. We gathered that from the post office. I filtered for Perth, did not get Perth in WA nor the town in Tasmania, but I got its permutation. So we've got North Perth, I've got South Perth and all that kind of stuff. However, when I filtered for the state, so if I filtered for Tasmania, it would pop up Perth. And if I filtered for Western Australia, Perth would pop up. So, yeah. I don't trust Excel as much anymore. Alright, so we need to click on developer settings. So all I need to do... I shouldn't be showing the screen. Alright, give me a couple of minutes. Sorry. Developer settings at the bottom. Okay, and then you're telling me in the left-hand side under personal access tokens, fine-grained tokens. No, you just got OAuth apps. Do you want to develop an application that uses GitHub API? Yeah, register an application. Application name, host page, description, callback. All right, I'm going to cancel that. Want to build something that integrates with GitHub. So new GitHub API. You can read about the. All right, cool. All right, it looks like I can. Sorry, I'm just. We're just figuring out how this is all set up. And then we do it, and we never touch it for years, and then we have this problem again in about 4 years. So it's always the case. Generate a new personal access tokens. Well, I might. I'll go fine grained tokens. Generate a personal access token. Use GitHub Mobile. Oh no. Sorry, got authentication. Not just checking out my mobile phone while streaming. Gotta use my pen, my finger. Alright, done. Token name. Actually, what I'm going to do is, I don't see anything too scary on this screen. Oh, expiration, custom. Okay. Unique name for this token. So what we'll call it is GitHub automation. Description: use this token to automate the GitHub actions. Public repos only. Yep. Alright, this is where I'm just going to do this. Account permissions, block another user, no access, no access, no access, no access, no access. Hub. Alright, what I'm going to do, so I've just had a quick look at all of this. So the permissions, block another user, we don't, no access. Code space user secrets, no. Email addresses, no. Followers, no. GPG keys, no. Gists, no. Git SSH keys, no. Interaction limits, no. Plant, no. Private repositories, no. Profile, no. No. Starring, no. Watchdog, no. Are we sure this is... Okay, let's have a look at... So we just need a bearer token. Okay, so I'm going to generate. I'm going to copy it. And I am going to paste it into the secrets. So, I saw this before. Sorry, not access, code planning, automation, repositories, code spaces, packages, Copilot pages, no. Developer settings. God, I'm terrible at this. I am terribly sorry. I am absolutely terrible at this. Let's click here. Let's go home. Let's go to NearBeach. Let's go to actions. Now, those are all our actions at the moment. Let's go to settings. Okay, secret keys and variables. Sweet. So what I'm going to do, going to switch over to this. I'm going to click on that. We want actions. We want to actually new repository secret. We're keying in the secret. We are copying the name from the code. So it's GitHub bearer token. We're going to add the secret. Failed to add secret. Secret names must not start with GitHub. All right, no, not a problem. We can change that. Bearer token for GitHub actions. And then I'm just closing those tabs. And we go back to this. All right, so what we need to do, cut, paste, save. Okay. So we're actually happy with this. Now, locally, this isn't going to work. So if I do that, and it does its GitHub thingy, so the GitHub actions, I'll solve the Rubik's Cube very quickly. All right, bad credentials, perfect. Okay, we're happy with that. What I've just lost the copy and paste for it. I was going to say I could manually copy and paste it in and test via that method and then strip it out and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes I will do that off stream, but make sure I never push that code. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding in this right now, GitHub commit test, GitHub actions trigger across different repositories. Now, it might be a thing that I'm thinking of squashing all of this when I merge all this code in. The reason being is we don't need to see all of these steps. So if I actually go to github.com, NearBeach, and I hit up our actions, we can see this actually did its thing. Resource not accessible by personal access token. All right. Not a problem. Okay. Do I need an OAuth application? Authenticating, all right. Many REST APIs return additional, yep, all right. To authenticate your request, you need to provide an auth token with the required scopes or permissions. There are a few ways to get these tokens. You can create a personal access token, generate a token within GitHub app, or build in GitHub token in GitHub Actions workflow. Okay. All right. Artifacts. Yeah, we don't need that. Yeah, we don't need it to last that long. In fact, 1 day would be perfectly fine. Okay, allow GitHub Actions to create and pull requests. All right. Webhooks. Okay. I am just going to see API to webhook, NearBeach, Docker. Oh, what was this for though? Alright, just having a quick look at this webhook. And I do pull requests and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't think this is what I want. No. Alright. Actions. Secrets, variables. Yeah, we're fine without the variables. Secrets. Alright. Let's just Google. Alright. GitHub Actions bearer token. At the start of each workflow, GitHub automatically creates a unique GitHub token secret to use in your workflow. You can use GitHub token authenticate in workflow job. When you enable GitHub Actions, GitHub installs GitHub app from your repository. The GitHub token is a secret GitHub app installation access token. You can use the installation access token to authenticate on behalf of your GitHub app installation on your repository. Jesus, I'm confused already. The token's permissions are limited to the repository that contains your workflow. For more information, yeah, all right, cool. So, oops, sorry. All right, yeah, okay, that's setting up that. Actions, API, create, bearer token. Actually, let's close that. I think we can close that. So we're in the API document. Authentication. Many REST APIs, yep, all right, cool. Bearer token. In most cases, you can use the authorization bearer authorization token to pass the token. However, if you're passing a JSON web token, you must use authorization bearer. All right, but authenticating with a personal access token. If you want to use GitHub REST API for personal use, you can create a personal access token. If possible, GitHub recommends that you use fine-grained personal access token instead of personal access token classic for more information. All right, so I'm probably going to have to actually apply for the GitHub token stuff properly. Won't be a problem. If we can get the personal stuff up and running, I can easily apply for that very, very quickly. And then migrate everything over later. So, yeah. Okay. If you're using fine-grained personal access token, your fine-grained personal access token requires a specific permission in order to access the REST API endpoint. For more information about the permissions that are required for each endpoint, see permissions repository. Repos, owner, repos, action, workflows, workflow ID, dispatches. Okay, this is making me... Sorry. I got a bit of hair at the back of my mouth. Pleasant, I know. Okay, just give me what I want. This is what I want. But repository permissions for contents. All right, let's have a look at this thing again. So what I'm doing is I'm going to GitHub. I'm going to my settings. I'm going all the way down to my developer settings. I'm going to my personal access tokens, the fine-grained tokens. I'm clicking on this. I'm editing it. All right. All right. Give me 2 seconds. I can show this screen. When I click on this, I've noticed yeah. It's not giving me the NearBeach Docker stuff. So I'm going to click on that. This, now they're stating that this repository permissions for contents. Nah, it's not there. Are these documents sending me a repository permissions for contents? All right. Let's go into NearBeach. Yeah, all right. I'm the owner. I want to build something that integrates with the GitHub. I'll register a new GitHub app to get started with the development on the API. All right, cool. Let's just register. Maybe not. All right. This is annoying. What I want to do is set up so that only I can access this action. And trigger it. So, resource not accessible by personal access token. All right. You can use the endpoint to trigger a web, when you want things to happen outside of GitHub, trigger, all right. You must configure your GitHub Actions workflow or GitHub's app to run the repository dispatch event occurs. For example, And then if we go into here, it tells us how we set it up, and we're like, yeah, sure, cool, dandy. The client payload parameter is available for any extra information that your workflow might need. The parameter is JSON payload that will be passed on when the webhook event is dispatched. For example, client payload can include a message that a user would like to send using a GitHub action workflow, or the client payload can be used to test a debug your workflow. All right, this endpoint requires write access to the repository by providing either personal access token repo scope. For more information, see creating a personal access token for the command line in the GitHub documentation. All right. Let's stay on that page. Let's just close all of these so we're not confusing ourselves. Get that one open. GitHub apps with both metadata read and contents read write permission. Okay. This input example shows how you can use the client payload as a test to debug your workflow. Okay, cool. Oh, sorry about the yawn. Now, I'm going to sit down. There we go. All right. Cool. So, creating a personal access token for the command line. So, managing your personal access tokens. You can use a personal access token in place of a password when authenticating to GitHub in the command line or with the API. About personal access tokens. Personal access tokens are an alternative, to using passwords for authentication to GitHub when using GitHub API or the command line. Personal access tokens are intended to access GitHub resources on behalf of yourself, to access resources on behalf of the organization, or long-lived integrations. You should use GitHub app. About creating GitHub apps. All right. Automating tasks, background processes, support sign-in, as developed, yep. Types of personal access tokens. GitHub currently supports 2 types of personal access tokens: fine-grained personal access tokens and personal access tokens classic. GitHub recommends that you use the fine-grained personal access tokens instead of the personal access tokens classic wherever possible. Might as well just use the classic, if it works for the moment, and then get more information later. and build on top of that. Both fine-grained personal access tokens and personal access tokens classics are tied to the user who generated them and will become inactive if the user loses access to the resources. Organization owners can set the policy to restrict access to personal access tokens classic to the organizer. Yep, all right, cool, sweet. Fine-grained, yep. We've made these already. Secure personal access tokens like passwords. Yep. When using personal access tokens in GitHub Actions workflow, consider whether you can use the built-in GitHub token instead. No, it keeps telling me to use this, so don't piss me off. Alright, under expiry, under description, under resource owner, select a resource owner. The token will only be able to access resources owned by the select resource owner. Alright, I've probably done that wrong. So I'm going to do this. Got GitHub. No. Alright. I'll share what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is I'm going back in here. I'm not filling out any of this. So resource owner, I've just got robotic head. Alright, cool, fine. All repositories currently. Yep. But yeah, it's weird how... Yeah, we don't have... that. Yeah, alright. So we don't need account permissions or anything like that. But we need workflows. Alright, sweet. So if I go back, I hit this. I go edit. Account permission. Read and write. Won't need to do... Won't need to do any of that. One thing which I did know, which I just thought of, is I needed to also include this in here. Like so. Workflow dispatch, so I can just trigger it. In this sort of case, git status, git add, GitHub, workflows, test, git commit. Second test for the test GitHub actions. And that sends stuff. Alright, and now what we want to do is we want to bump over here. We don't want to go into the settings, we just want to go home. Oops, no, we want to go NearBeach. We've got actions. Oh, we've got pull requests too. Oh. Yeah, we'll do that in a minute. Resource not accessed by personal access token. Just before I do anything else, let's... Yeah, that is the second test. Alright, resource not accessible by personal access token for dispatching of workflow in project repository. Question, body, I want to trigger a workflow from a repository dispatch within the repository of an organization. I'm sending a repost request. 2, yeah, sweet, with a personal access token in the authorization header as explained here. It is a fine-grained access token with the organization as owner and the following rights. Read access to the code and metadata. Read and write access to actions. Ooh. All right. One thing I don't have it set up. Read and write. All right. And I'm just going to update this. I am going to click on this, rerun all jobs. Shouldn't take too long to do. This is a very quick one. Yeah, this is very quick. Shouldn't even finish solving the cube. Alright, no, alright. We keep going. When I send the request, I get 403. Alright, cool. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to use. How else can I authenticate for repository dispatch events of an organization? The allow access via fine-grained personal access token setting of the organization is activated, so that's not it. I tried regeneration with no luck. I tried putting to make a put request to create a new environment. The fine-grained token read write access to the environment scope is described as managed. Yep. Kept getting 403s. I eventually had to give the fine-grained token read-write access to administration. That's no. Which is described as repository creating, deleting settings, teams, and collaborators. No. And the request successfully goes through that after modification only. Fuck. Excuse my French. But why do you need that high of a level to just trigger a workflow? Jesus. If you're coming here from an internet search, do yourself a favor and check the repository access as well when using scope tokens. Kinda already covered by, but let me just elaborate. Workflow. Triggering workflow should just work right. Wrong bot account. User had a triage access to the repository, and it seems what's needed is write repo access to trigger workflow. The 403 I was getting was really confused and failing at the same. All right. Read and write access to actions and workflows. I don't like doing that. Repository creation, deletion, settings, teams, and collaborators. No, I don't like doing that. That is... No. That should do it. Okay. Workflows, workflow runs, and artifacts. Okay, let's just test this out. I don't like this at all. Not one bit. You should not be having a token like this have such high sort of access that it does not need this high of access whatsoever. You should have it at its the minimum access required. No, still getting that. All right. Add token with rewrite access to actions, read, and metadata. I don't think there's a read in there. I think that's a typo. Oh no, I had rewrite to actions. Yep. Comma. And read to metadata. Triggering workflows should just work right, wrong. Bot account. Don't even. What? User had a triage access to the repositories, and it seems what they needed is write repo access to trigger workflow. All right, the fine-grained permissions you need to trigger an action workflow is contents. Oh, there we go. Contents, read only, actions, read and write worked for me. All right, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to downgrade it. If it works. If it works. Okay. Took a couple of seconds, 12 seconds. That's pretty good. Piss. No, it didn't. And that is going to the right. NearBeach, Docker, dispatches, yep. I'm going to be naughty. I'm giving it the complete and utter stupid thing. Come on, click it, you twat. And I'm gonna see if it will work. Only one way to find out. This is stupid. I don't need to block. I don't need. I'm not going to do any of that one. All right. Time for the stupid test. Rerun all jobs. Rerun. All right. I don't see this working. Yeah, resource not accessible by personal access token. Cool. Just delete it. All right. Making a curl request from a GitHub workflow actions to get registered token for a self-hosted runner, but I'm receiving the following response. Below is a stripped down version. All right, cool. Try adding permissions to your job. Token, yep. Use PAT, personal access token. All right. So this should tell you if there is an issue, then you can figure out which permissions you were missing and configure them correctly in more detail. As the comments and other answers mentioned, there are multiple ways you can configure permissions. Use PAT, personal access token. Override permissions in the workflow itself, as shown in the snippet above. Configure permissions in action settings. The third option can be done on different levels. Setting permissions on GitHub token for your organization. You can set the default permissions to the GitHub token, yada, yada, yada. Your organizations. All right, let's... Actually, just wait. Before I actually do any of that, let's just read the documentation properly. All right, so... setting the permissions of your GitHub token for your organization. You can set the default permissions on the GitHub token. For more information on GitHub token, see, yep. All right, configure the default GitHub token permissions. So in the top end right, enter corner of the GitHub Enterprise server, click on your profile photo and then your profile. In the right hand, yep, GitHub server, click your profile, then click your organizations. All right, yep. Next to the organizations, click settings, yup. In the left-hand sidebar, click actions, yup. Under workflow permissions, choose whether you want GitHub token to have read, write access to all scopes or just to the contents. All right. So I'm going to my organizations. I'm going to click on settings. I am then going to click on actions. Was it actions? Oh, I forgot. Already forgot. I'm terrible. In the left-hand sidebar, click actions under workflow permissions. Oh, this brings out a thing. Workflow permissions. All right. Choose whether you want the GitHub token to have read and write access to all scopes or just read access for the content scopes. It's got read and write permissions. And hey, Jay, how are you? Yes, happy Australia Day. I hope you're going well. I am struggling with getting this to work. Oh, I gotta follow it. Oh, that's probably me. Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna change this back to workstation. So yeah, Did we break front? No. No. Not yet. No, not yet. I am just having trouble with the last section. How to trigger complete using pat or curl. I just can't get the curl to work properly. So with the curl, what's actually happening is if we actually go to our repositories, NearBeach, our actions, you'll see I've done it a couple of times. And we keep getting resource not accessible. Now I've deleted that token, so this should actually fail. I just want to double check that this is failing. And not a cache issue. Because if it is a cache issue, that is stupid to put that here. Alright, it takes 12 seconds. Yeah, bad credentials. Alright, so not a cache issue. Okay. So, yeah, what's actually happening, if I actually show you this code, is we're just got a simple curl command that hits the API GitHub repositories, NearBeach, Docker, dispatches. We're sending through the event type as on-demand test. Ooh. Hold on a minute. Give me... That's the NearBeach. Give me Docker. We've got test result in here. Yeah, now it's going to complain about the bearer token. Give me a minute. I'm going to create another one. Won't take me long. Settings. Secrets. All right. GitHub Actions will be the token name. GitHub Actions. Deploy Docker. All repositories. We need actions. And workflows. And then once we've done that, I am going over to NearBeach. I am editing the settings. I'm going into actions, general. No, sorry, I need secrets and variables, actions. And then I need the bearer token for GitHub Actions. I just edit that. I paste in a new value, update secret. And then I close those two tabs. All right, I don't think this will work, but third attempt. All right, let's see what happens. So we go into here, third attempt. This only will take 12 seconds to run. We just click on this. It's starting the job. It's just waiting for the next sort of... Yeah, no. All right, I am fresh out of ideas for this. So, okay. No. No. Yeah, this is weird. Considering it's telling me to use a personal access token, which they're located. If we actually go into settings, scroll down, developer settings, we've got the personal access token and then the fine-grained token. So we actually go into the classics. Generate a new token, classic. Actually, I'm going to test out the classics. So give me a couple of seconds. No, gib, hub, actions, repo, workflow, tick, write packages, no, admin, manage runners, actually no, admin public key, no, admin, nope. Alright, I'm going to copy that. And I am going to jump back into NearBeach. Settings. Secrets and variables. Actions. We've got the bearer token. We're just going to paste in the new bearer token. Alright, we're going to close everything. And then going to do this. Just rerun. So yeah, this isn't working at all. I'm trying to read the documentation. It's like, oh, do this, do this. It's just not wanting to do stuff. Is that Steam Parrot chat overlay or something? Yes, it is Stream Parrot. All right, just click on this. Problems passing JSON. It's a different error. Does it just not like that other thing? So it's saying problems passing JSON, so it doesn't like this? In which case, what we could do we won't need that open. So we can copy. I'm just going to paste this in. So on event type test results. Oops, I was meant to click on that one. Ah. Test underscore result. All right. Client payload. That's fine. Client payload. Version. And then it's probably complaining about that. And then that and that. Now that should be fine. Yeah, it would have just sent that. All right. Problems passing JSON. JSON verification. Oh, it's right. There we go. All right, good spot. All right, so what we want, git commit fix to JSON. We're totally squashing this merge. So all right, we jump into here, we scroll up, we just hit actions, we should hit fix to JSON. Once again, this just takes 12 seconds, we're not going to worry too much. All right. So it looks like the new tokens just don't work. Cool. Let's github.com NearBeach Docker. Actions. Now this, in theory, should have run the Docker trigger test. Why? All right, let's have a look. So it should actually run this, the Docker trigger test, and the message should come through. So run echo message. Oh. All right. So, anyway, they may work, but probably something with how fine-grained they are. Yeah, I put on all of the permissions, apart from the user permissions side of things, and it just wouldn't run. So yeah, the message just is GitHub ref. Yeah, it is just GitHub ref. So, that passed through. I've got to fix that up over here. So GitHub ref should be the reference. So yeah, we'll do a little thing of that and fix that up very, very quickly. This is why we're doing the testing and so forth like that. So what we'll do is we'll get these tests all perfect, and then we should be able to translate them into the proper final product. Okay. GitHub actions get latest tag. Run release version. All right. So yeah, So I'm just solving the cube very, very quickly. Trying to remember what I was doing last week and how I searched for it. So, yes. But the message came out. Run echo message. I think you're right. But yeah, Okay, managing tokens, we can close that. 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 And we've now GitHub actions get tag. Get the current tag. How do I get the tag name? All right, so I trigger my workflow using push tag. So we're doing it on release. So this is where they've got their GitHub. Echo a tag name from GitHub ref name. Yeah, that's where I've got that. And I think we did a test or two. So what I want to do so I think I want to do it like this. And then I want to paste it in here too. And then let's go to NearBeach. So open up NearBeach in another tab. So we've got the Docker and the NearBeach. So we click on fix to JSON, we click on this, we click on this, and it says hello world, and it does that. All right. Now that we're run echo, and it's just GitHub ref. All right, cool. I suspect the quotes negate the double quotes for the bash. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. So I'm gonna do it like that, and then hope for the best. Because yeah, we want this to be automated. We want to. The idea being is this is done on a release, so the reference should be that particular release. In this sort of case, I think because we'll do it on a commit, it'll be a commit number, which will be fine. And we want it to be like that, yeah. All right, cool. So I'm going to minor tweaks. All right. So let's go back to here. The amount of commits in this feature, yeah, we're definitely squashing. All right, so GitHub ref feature automatic publish to P by PI. That's really the branch name and so forth like that. We'll do a test later. That's worked perfectly fine. We go over here, we hit the workflow, test result. All right, it's passed through. You are 100% correct. Thank you very much, Jay. Completed the job. All right, sweet. Yeah, we're cooking. This is looking good now. All right, so got to double check that this ref name is going to be the tag. So the idea being is if we actually go to NearBeach itself, and we go to the releases, so we used to do the alpha hyphen and the version number. So from now on, it's just going to be the version number. So we're going to have 031 0, for example. We might do 031 and with the release candidates and all that kind of stuff for this particular thing. I'm hoping that Yeah, I'm just hoping I don't. All right. What I'm trying to say is I'm hoping I grab this tag. So, yeah, we just got to read the docs. And it is ref name. Wow, I don't know how I got to that. The short ref name of the branch or tag that triggered the workflow run. All right, cool. So if it's a release, it will be a that tag number. So yeah. This value matches the branch tag or name shown on the GitHub. For example, feature branch 1, pull request is in the format. Yeah, all right, cool. So I'm confident with that now. So what we're going to do is we're going to just copy this run because that's all we need to do. We're going to go over into deploy NearBeach and we're going to just paste it in. Yep, name, and then run like that. All right, cool. So this is the trigger doc build. So we have to wait for the deploy static files. We have to wait for the deploy NearBeach. It runs on the Ubuntu latest. All it does is it use curl to trigger the Docker deployment, and it just contacts the Docker deployment, and it's like, hey, can you please do this, buddy? Hey. Yeah. Now, I just realized that I've only set the token for 30 days. I can change that. That's not a problem. Yeah. And then I create another GitHub workflow that actually creates those tokens automatically every couple of days or something like that. Just automate everything. Which will be funny. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the cube again. Alright, sweet. Cool. Just having some water. And that only took us 2 hours today. I'm happy. Okay, so this is no longer needed. So I'm just going to delete it. Otherwise, it'll just cause issues and issues and issues. So under the NearBeach Docker, we want to move this into here. So the good thing is NearBeach Docker automation. So on push branch main, we're getting rid of that. It is now this. Ooh, we don't want test results. We actually want, if we go to deploy NearBeach, not test results, deploy NearBeach to Docker. Oh, deploy NearBeach. All right, so we'll be happy with that. So we go into NearBeach Docker, we delete those lines, and on repository dispatch, types is deploy NearBeach. And that's it. And then all we need now is we need the versions coming through. So what we want to do is we want to actually find 0.30 and then client payload. Actually, I'll tell you what, to save me screwing up and doing a typo, I'm just copying and pasting. Now, will that work? Don't know. If that doesn't work in there, what I'll do is I'll just name it something very generic. So we actually have a name up here, build and push the latest. Build and push version. Okay, yeah, I should actually have this generic versioned number. And then just key it in like this. Alright, so if that doesn't work, that's fine. You okay, Socks? So much hair. So much hair. We're not aiming for those platforms. So I did a bit of research. A lot of these platforms are just not available and so forth like that. Yeah. So Azure just won't work on them. That's why they're blocked and so forth like that. So what I want to do is I want to find the next version number and I want to delete it and I want to key this one in. Paste. And we know this works because we do it here. Sucks. Now, we also want to do it in here. All right. So we should be happy with this. So what I want to do, get status, get. Now we want to remove this old trigger test. I just deleted the wrong file. All right, let's do that again. Do I still have it in? I'm hoping I have it in paste still. Yeah, all right, cool. So we're going to paste this. So we know this works because we do it right here. This we're renaming to build and push versioned. Wait, paste. No. All right, so build and push that. We've got the doc file, and what we wanted to do was we wanted to get rid of those because they're no longer needed. We're happy with this. We're not happy with this. I've just realized that we've just deleted our reference. Okay. Get status. Get checkout. GitHub. Workflows. Docker. Docker. All right, it won't let me, piss off. Worst case scenario, if I can't get this file back, I am just going to quickly reference it up. Actually, we've still got it in the code. So we just copy this, go over here, just paste it in, just be like, and we got to change that. Man, my brain is just not working today. All right, cool. All right, so double checking everything. So it jumps in on repository dispatch types deploy NearBeach. This only will happen then like that. There will be other other ones which we want to do. So if I actually go to code, because I don't want to do it with that one. So if we hit Docker base, we also want workflow dispatch. So if we click on this, hit this, paste this in, do this, boom. All right, so that gives us the ability to do this manually. Oh, no, we don't want to do this manually. Sorry. All right, so yeah, the reason why we don't want to do this manually is that we should be doing it manually at the NearBeach releases level. So what we'll do, so the procedure will become, if I need to do a push because there is a security issue in one of the libraries, let's say Boto or something like that, what I'll do is I'll come in here and I'll do another release off main. So the NearBeach code itself does not change. It is the packages that change, the libraries underneath it that change. That will trigger that deployment and so forth like that. So that should send through the version number and all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah, that's how we're doing it. This will be documented up. So that way we can be like, all right, sweet, all documented. So yeah. Oh, thank you, Socks. Come on, in your bed. All right, so we're happy with this one. So git add everything, git commit. We're going to call this the GitHub actions will now only run when triggered by the release process finishing in core repository. Hey, sweetie. Are you wanting force cuddles? Force cuddle time. Alright, so that is done. So we're happy with the NearBeach Docker. So, causing Socks to get force cuddles even more. Over here. I'm hoping I don't delete the wrong thing. So deploy NearBeach. Alright. Wait, stop it. Stop it. So this has workflow dispatch. So we can do a separate sort of thing. Actually, we don't need workflow dispatch. Though I'm putting in there. I'm putting it in there just in case. Otherwise, it's on release. And we're quite happy with this. We tested everything up to this. A lot of this is the same code as before. We're just automating sort of deployment steps. So this is all new. This is all old code. And this is what we've just done today. So if we want to go over here, git status. So git add .github git status git commit. So what we're calling this is final finish. Yeah, just finish. All right, cool. I'm happy with this. All right, cool. Let's go to GitHub Actions. GitHub Actions. So nothing's running. Cool. And nothing's running. All right, sweet. So what we're actually going to do is going to do a couple of things. So this shouldn't be going into main anymore. This should be going into develop. All right. Oh, sorry. So, this how do I do this on here? Oh, Dependabot, I've got to change your settings. All right, no, edit. Right. Into main. No, we don't want main. All right. All right. I just want to change the resolve any conflicts with the PR as long as you don't alter it yourself. You can trigger a rebase manually by I want to change what branch it falls on. So let's fix this up very quickly whilst we're getting distracted. So GitHub pull request change target branch, because I can't see where it is. Under repository name, click on pull request, click on pull request you like to modify. Next, under the click edit. In the base drop down menu, select what you would like to. There it is. All right, develop. Change base. All right. No longer in draft. Ready for review. Okay, so I know this changed thing. This is so different. All right, we know that there was a security issue and so forth like that. So I am happy for little Dependabot to do this and merge. But I've got to edit Dependabot. So that's under code security and analysis. What I'm going to do, sorry, I'm just going to dependency graphs. Dependabot, learn more. Dependabot alerts. All right, I'm just changing its rules. All right, don't know. Let's Google it. Target branch. Oh, it's a YAML file. All right, so that's working. We know that's working, the generate templates and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Ooh, music stopped. Yes, I am. I'm trying something different with the music. If anyone's got any recommendations and stuff like that, I'm all ears. I should also go to YouTube's music section and start downloading all that music there and all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah, but then I got to tag it all, and yeah, it's a big pain. All right, next thing. What were we doing? What's the Dependabot type of thing? Dependabot YAML. I'm just going to minimize everything. Open it up again. It's not under workflows. It's not under there. There's the deep source toml. In the .github directory, repository. All right. That's something we can edit later. That's fine. Okay. This pull request got pulled through. All right. This is a feature. So with features, I'm just looking up the command again, finishing a feature sort of thing. Differences between discarding merging features. So git branch, d feature, no. Git flow feature finish. All right, that's what I want. Git flow finish feature. Oh, sorry, I'm using the Mac. Squash. Add squash option to feature finish. We already squash commits when merging into master. Is there a way to manually? Oh, I would not do that into master. Features, sure. If you've done something like I am, where you got like 8 different piss off different commits, then yeah, squash works. But not from dev into master, no, because you still want those feature steps. You get rid of that sort of that fine-grained stuff. Yeah. When was this done? 2010. 2019. Yeah, there we go. I'm of that opinion too. In this sort of case, we're going from a feature into dev. There won't be that many changes, but there will be a lot of commits and stuff like that, which are just rubbish commits. So, no. But when you're going from like development into master, there'll be a lot of changes. You still want to keep those. So yeah. If you had to ask me whether on a feature or a hot fix branch should the commits be squashed, then I would have been a different answer. Yeah, I'm with this guy. In this case, arguably the branch should be small enough to warrant only a single commit. So in these situations, yeah, all right. So what we want to do, git flow feature finish. Actually, help. git flow feature. So I'm still getting used to all of these commands and stuff like that. Finish, help. So we've got all this, no push, keep, squash features during merge. All right, yeah, cool, yep. So finish, automatic publish to PYPI, squash. So squash commit follow. So we're doing all those commits, and as you see, all of this is really junk. So, oh, I should change this so it's using Vim. All right. Alright, cool. And then we just push. Rejected, develop, fetch first, git pull. Oh. I hate this. I really, really hate this. It's because we just done the git, the pull request. We should have done this first. Alright, you had divergent branches and need to specify how to reconcile them. You can also do so by running one of the following commands sometime before your next pull. Config pull dot rebase true git pull. What is git flow? All right. There's probably better articles out there that explain it a lot better than I can. So I'm gonna copy this and paste it in, and then I'm gonna try and explain it. So I'm going to draw it, which is even better. So git flow is sort of a process of how to sort of kind of like develop and release code. So you usually have your main. And let's just draw a line for main. You will have your releases. Draw a line for releases. You'll also have your dev. And we'll draw a line for dev. So git flow is where we've got like a feature. I'm just calling it feat. What it does is we sort of build stuff like this. We're doing a bunch of commits on that one feature, and then we sort of do what we just did, put the code back into develop. And then we might start another feature, and that one might be very small, and then we put it in there. Then, from here, we go, all right, we can do a release. So we can go and do a release, which will then get merged into both main and make sure this is up to date. So, essentially, it's how we sort of, develop and release code. These little circles, like little commits. And then, yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. That article will explain it a lot better than what I can. I'm only just starting Git flow on NearBeach. I've started it at work. We had a custom sort of thing for NearBeach, in the sense that we had our main, and then we had a dev branch with a number on it, so 030.1. All right, so you would essentially create something, have a bunch of commits, and then shove it back in. And then we have another branch, dev 0.30.2, and we did a similar thing. Git flow essentially will break down into, we've got main, release, dev, and then all our features. Yeah, it's just Git. So different places will do different things. So I worked in a place which didn't use Git flow at all, and we just did commits directly to the dev branch until we were ready, and then we essentially, yeah, did a pull request into master. There's other times where we then started using branches instead. So we'll branch out, and the feature would be the branch name, and so forth like that, like down here, and so forth. So yeah, we're trying this out. The idea being, with the release, so this section here, I should realize, sorry, this section here with the release, this will trigger our GitHub actions, which will then deploy the code onto our CDN. So we've got a lot of static files, which include JSON, WebP, images, CSS, and so forth like that, which will go on our CDN. It will also deploy on PyPI, which is the Python repository, and it will deploy onto Docker. So yeah. So yeah, we've just done this, and now I've got to do this rebase sort of thing, and I keep forgetting what the command is also. Successfully rebased and updated. All right, git push. Git pull first again, just to make sure I've got nothing else to pull. Git push. All right, so that's one of my dreaded sort of things is doing this. Sorry, my partner's just texting me. I hate it when I do the rebase. Also, it was Tom's birthday yesterday. How did I mean? Good. All right, sorry about that. Do you have a computer science degree? No. So I've got a weird sort of background that sort of stemmed into sort of development and stuff like that. So I actually got a degree in mathematics. I was a data scientist for a while. Yeah, then started using Python. I went into IT, started using Python to automate my job, and then hated that job. I hated it so much. I upskilled myself on web development and it jumped over. So yeah, I've built database applications in the past. I'm building NearBeach, which is an open source project management system. There's a bunch of other things that I help out at work. So yeah, currently learning a lot more about CI/CD, or more of the DevOps sort of stuff. Sorry, not CI/CD, the DevOps sort of stuff. So being able to bring up, you know, GitHub actions, get stuff sort of crunched and sort of settled and all that kind of fun stuff. Doing quite a lot of unit testing and so forth like that. So yeah. So I'm going to close that. Yeah. So a lot of the stuff I learned now sadly won't be around in, well, it'll probably be legacy in 10 years. but we'll be learning something different. But that's technology in itself. I mean, you think about it, 2007. Yeah, 2007 was when the iPhone came out. And then we started finally doing like sites with it around, I forgot when. I think after 2010. Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it though. I really like the problem solving, and a lot of that actually folds into development too. So if you've ever done any games programming, I typed in maths wrong. There is a lot of maths in game development and stuff like that, and a lot of it's very, very interesting. So yeah, sadly I haven't been able to scratch a lot of that math itch for a while, and I probably will eventually just want to actually do something. The last math sort of thing I did was using VueJS and plotting endpoints on a sphere that are equal distance apart, which is impossible, by the way. For those that don't know, you can easily do it with 1, 2 nodes, 3 nodes, 4 nodes, but 5 nodes you can't. And then from that point on, I don't know the pattern where you can and can't with the nodes. Essentially, if you've got 5 nodes on a sphere, you can't equally space them. But you can get approximately close, and you can do it really fast. There's a lot of math around that to actually get it done really, really fast, because you don't want to do it through iteration and so forth like that, because usually you'll have to go through X amount of steps to get a good approximation. So yeah, that was my last math sort of thing I did. That was fun. However, that didn't go anywhere. That was for my last job. They wanted to try out VueJS and do some funky sort of 3D graphics and stuff like that. And yeah, I was interested, but sadly, I got my current job. So, yeah. All right. We've just finished this. We just squashed it. I just wanted to check out NearBeach itself to make sure that is working as intended, because this is our first foray into GitHub Flow on NearBeach. So we have 3 commits ahead of main. All right. Yep. That's fine. Squash commit of the following. Oh god, I should have renamed all of that. I should have been like, delete all of this. I can't edit it. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're doing stuff. So we've got the commit and we've got the merge. All right, cool. All right. Oh, whoops. I accidentally deleted the code analysis YAML and didn't bring it back. You know what? That's fine. You have to take linear algebra or dip both. So yeah, enjoyed them. We also had to take optimization and control. There's a bunch about sets. There's a bunch about Fourier transforms, which I actually found very interesting. Oh god, it's been almost 2 decades, so it's been a while. God, yeah, just numerical solutions of DEs, which I found very, very interesting, because you could actually apply it to stuff like traffic. So, for example, if you've got a traffic light and it's red, you got a bunch of cars that pile up, and then all of a sudden it goes green. How long does it take the 10th or the 20th car to actually take off? And so forth like that. So you can approximate it, which has opened up my eyes. And I swear to you, whenever turning right, so in Australia, we drive on the left. So if you're in the US, flip this. But I've always think that the second car, when taking off, turning right, always takes the longest to take off. The third car will be a lot closer to it compared to the second car to the first car. That's my theory. It's just a... Okay, so we've just done that. What I'm going to do is we're going to go to the production of NearBeach. So this is NearBeach. Alright, so what we wanted to do, automate the doc build for the deployment workflow. That's done. We need to do that for the Vite. Investigate Vite, yep. So we now need to do documentation. So on NearBeach, we actually have a specific branch for documentation, which is not there at the moment. So git checkout documentation. Oh, cheers, thank you. Yeah, it's been a... Well, when I say 2 decades, I was at uni for a while. Yeah, yeah, it's not quite there yet. It's 2011 is when I finished, so not quite 2 decades. I'm over exaggerating. It's 1.5 decades almost, or one decade, 13 years. So yeah. But I graduated late, mainly because I got a part-time job when I was at the uni, and it paid well enough that I could move out of home, but I couldn't, you know, full-time study with the part-time job. So I ended up part-timing my university, so a 3-year degree turns into 6. And you can imagine, yeah, how long you stay at uni for. So, yeah, I got through it. I did it. I graduated. I got a job. I then upskilled myself, got another job, upskilled myself more, got even more jobs and so forth like that. So, you know, I'm at uni now, should finish in 6 years. Yep, it is a slog, but if you got, yeah, if you're part-time, sometimes it's best to do that. You got 3 semesters left. Those 3 semesters are, yeah, the last semester I swear was the longest. Because you're just like, I just want to finish this. I just want to finish this. Alright. Okay, so I'm just looking at this. I'm fine with that. We're just switched out to the documentation. One, we need to update the documentation. So under NearBeach, docs. All right, I'm going to bring up the documentation. So I'm getting my head on straight. NearBeach dot read the docs, because this is a new process now. Oh, I gotta fix that. Well, so under procedures, we've got deployment of NearBeach. All right, a lot of this we're just going to delete, and we're going to redo all this. So what are you studying, Topaz? Just out of curiosity. Okay, cool. So docs, deployment. Computer science. Fair enough. Fair enough. Where did you want to end up? Like, because computer science is rather large, and where you can end up is even bigger. Game dev, web dev, security. I should put dev. DevSecOps, I should state. Computer science. Not computer science, sorry. Data science. Don't know, honestly. Oh, fair enough. Don't be ashamed of that. Because a lot of the times, it takes a while for people to figure out exactly what they want. Hell, like I said, I started in data science, which I really enjoyed, ended up in IT, I really hated, and now I'm a web dev, really enjoy. So, yeah. That's where I'm going. So, with the docs, with deployment, what we got to do is we got to compile npm prod. We've got to test code. That could be done using Circle CI or local. And then push, or because we no longer need to do the versioning. The push and release. And then that's all we should need to do. All right. Anyway, the good thing about tech is a lot of what you learn has transferable skills. So what I was learning in the data science role moved over into the IT role. So Python and being able to automate web scraping and stuff like that ended up being beneficial because I could all of a sudden be able to, you know, click certain buttons on web pages for me to update config. So I didn't need to do it because it was a boring job. Once I started doing that, I realized, hey, how do web pages work? And, you know, it was like, okay, cool, this is how they work. All my programming knowledge moved into, okay, cool, I'll use the MVC. Done. Okay, so we want docs. We want procedures. And we definitely don't want that as a 2. Want that as a 1. Deployment of NearBeach. Do you think I should be learning Python or JavaScript heavily before I graduate to apply for jobs? If you wanted to get into web dev, sure. If you wanted to get into something else, I mean, you can... My recommendation is go to a job site, key what you want in, so web development, right? And where you live too, or where you want to live. And my recommendation is to jump into these, go down and see what they want. So, what is this? Front-end developer. So, in-depth knowledge of HTML5, JavaScript, jQuery, Twig templates. Sort of look at what they're sort of saying what you need knowledge of. Like this one will be a bit different. So, PHP, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, relational databases, and so forth like that. I would learn enough for the language to sort of get past the interview. Anything extra you can always look up. You're not expected to know everything. Like you'll see me look stuff up constantly. It'll be like one of those things where I'll be like, all right, I know it can be done like this, and I've done this before. So for work, I've gone .NET string interpolation. Because I've absolutely forgotten it every single time I have to do it for .NET. I would click it in and I'll just read the docs and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's how I do it in here. So I wouldn't heavily learn it, but I would definitely learn a language. Definitely. And get good with that language. A lot of that, what you learnt on that language, will be transferable knowledge. For example, the for loops, if statements, how things are structured, public-private classes, all that sort of stuff is transferable knowledge. So, yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. So, yeah, look at the job market, see what you need to learn. Learn a language, but you don't need to heavily learn it. If you got the basic concepts of stuff and how things work, Google is your friend, or DuckDuckGo. For example, the .NET string interpolation. I don't know why every single time I come across it being like, oh, I just need to do this. And I'm like, how do I do that in .NET again? So, yeah, it's something silly. Alright, so deployment of NearBeach. So NearBeach uses PIPI and Docker to deploy to customers. Alright, can be found on here. Docker, I'm going to keep that one. The following instructions will guide you on how to deploy. Please follow the steps in order. Alright, we're just going to remove that because we're going to actually write that in. There's current task open to automate a lot of these processes. Alright, we can get rid of that note. Yeah. Follow this list in order. We're going to... we're making sure you're in terminal. That is in the root folder. All right. Actually, I'm going to undo that. I'm going to rewrite that note. Please make sure you are in a terminal that is in the root folder of the project. Okay, cool. Because I forget all the things. The following instructions are a guide on how to deploy the latest version of NearBeach. There are two sections. Section 1. Sorry, Sox's fur is making my nose itchy. It just lands on my mustache and it just tickles. Section 1 will cover the deployment of a new code base for NearBeach. Section 2 will cover the deployment of the same code base. This is confusing how I'm going to say this out. So what I'm trying to actually say is, all right, cool. There's two methods. There's two releases that can happen. One release will release the new NearBeach code and all that kind of stuff, all those updates. And the second one will release only the update to the libraries. So let's deployment of NearBeach. So up here. There are two release processes. Process 1 should be used when there is new code for NearBeach. Process 2 should be used when new code for NearBeach and any library updates. Process 2 should be used when there is a security issue within any of the libraries used for NearBeach. This will deploy an update for those libraries without sending out any new NearBeach code. AKA deploy separately from the NearBeach deployment cycle. I.E. Boto 3 has a security security patch, and we need to deploy. All right, cool. So I'm gonna bang that like that, bang like that. This is gonna become deployment process 1. Oh wow, that fit perfectly. I did not expect that. All right, so deployment process 1. Note, make sure. Yep. All right, cool. So we're no longer get pulling and merging in the main branch, because that should be done. Yeah. All right. So make sure you have Git, because we should be on the develop branch. The development branch should have everything in it. It should be a one-way sort of system now. No one sort of deploys to main. So what we need to do is we need to All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to think out, like, I should be thinking out aloud. So what we want to say is we want to make sure that you're on the development branch and all features have been merged in. Make sure you are on the develop branch and all required features have been finished. All right, once we've done that, what we want to do is we still want to run the audit tools. All right. We don't need to remove the build folders or anything like that. We don't need to update the version numbers anymore. Make sure you're using the correct environmental version. All right, so that is actually changing to log into Circle. Check Circle CI's latest. Okay, let's go to Circle CI. This should hopefully log me in. Ooh, failed that build. Oh. All right, no, that's an easy fix. Not a problem. So what's actually complaining is something's trying to find a particular variable in the versions, and I've changed things around, and it's like complaining. So what I should do is I should do a patch very quickly. Now, I don't need to do hot fixes or anything like that. This is all straight into dev. So I won't fix it here. Now, usually I don't... This is one of those things where with the develop branch, do you just submit straight into the development branch if it's a quick fix and stuff like that? In this sort of case, I'm going to say yes, this is fine. This is a single line sort of thing. Otherwise, it'll take me an extra 10 minutes just to get stuff done. And I'm just like, no. So it's missing the version number here. So if we actually go to GitHub, let's go to the master version. and actually open it up, and I'll show you the difference. So it's got the version in there. So we're actually going to copy that. We're going to paste this in, and we're going to put in local development. And it'll be update, init.py, adding back the version. Version is required for the tests. All right, cool. Now we can do a feature branch or a hotfix and all that kind of stuff. No, I'm just quickly putting this in here. That should start up another sort of thing. So what we want to do, check CircleCI's latest build. Build, what are we calling it? Build statuses for the development branch. Run any audit tools to fix any packages. All right, cool. Make sure you're on the development branch, and all required features have been finished. Make sure the development branch has been pushed into code, into Origin. All right, run audit tools and fix packages. Check CircleCI's latest build statuses for the development branches. All right, I'm going to put a note in here. Check CircleCI's latest build status for the development branch. All tests should be passing. If there are any tests that have failed, you'll need they'll need to be fixed before deployment. All right, check the latest status code. Yep. All right, are we doing tests locally? No, we're not anymore. All right, we are still compiling. So compile the JavaScript into the production mode. npm run prod. Yeah. I second that too. And how are you, RJ? Well, RJ. How are you, RJ? Hopefully you're going well. Implement end-to-end tests using the Playwright. Yes, so at the moment we'll still use the Playwright here, but we'll actually be moving these up into CircleCI. And the compile JavaScript might actually go up here and after the push. So all right, actually no, I'm gonna paste that up sooner. So make sure you're on the develop branch and all required features have been finished. Compile the JavaScript into production mode, npm prod. We're going to do the end-to-end tests here also. Implement the end-to-end tests using the Playwright. Yep, cool. Make sure the development branch has been pushed into make sure the development branch has been pushed into the origin. This will include the compilation of the production JavaScript. So, you're good? Things going well? Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, things are going well. So today we've merged in the new method of how we're going to deploy NearBeach, which I don't know if you're here on Monday. So we're using GitHub Actions now and so forth like that. And what we've got is I've of course decided to close a lot of that So stuff, where am I going? I don't know. So if we actually go into NearBeach, and we'll have to go under the dev at the moment because we haven't put this onto production. Not Circle CI. GitHub. You'll notice under our workflows, we've got deploy NearBeach. So now what actually happens is it'll deploy NearBeach to PyPI automatically. Ooh, I've got to change that. That's, oof. Good thing I checked. That being said, no, I want to change that. I want to change that straight away. I don't think I should be doing tests on this. I think we should be doing release candidates, doing it properly. So yeah, let's just remind myself. And hey, Nocturnal, how are you? Hopefully you're going well. Okay, I'm just going to open up Discord. Excuse me for a couple of seconds, just to write myself a message. All right. To do. Remove the PyPI test and use proper. All right, cool. That's in chat. So hopefully someone will remind you. You're all right? All right. That's awesome. That's good to hear. You'll be happy. Apart from my silly, stupid forgetfulness not to double check my code and actually remove this test in here. The deployment status should be now triggered just by a release. And that's including the deploying to PyPI, deploying to the CDN, and deploying to Docker. There's jobs everywhere depending what you want to do. Yeah. So, So yeah, now we're just updating the instructions of how to deploy. So instead of now taking 20 to 40 minutes, it will probably take not even that many. And we've got minor room for improvement. So this could also be placed into the whole entire action, so we could get it to compile the JavaScript into production mode, and we could get it to run Circle CI to get to we could use Circle CI to also get it to run the end-to-end tests and so forth like that, and get everything checked. However, that being said, that would be a more slow process looking at the images on the Circle CI stuff, but oh well. JS allows you to do web dev, some IoT stuff with Node. Python can do web and data science. Yeah, yep. A lot of stuff in Python with things like PyTorch and TensorFlow. Don't forget pandas. Gotta love pandas. I just don't use pandas enough. All right, so we've just done that before. Make sure. All right, cool. So make sure the development branch and all the required features have been finished, i.e., merged into the development. Actually. Branch. All right, cool. Compile the JavaScript into production mode, npm run prod. Implement the end-to-end tests using Playwright, npm run end-to-end. Yep. All right. Check all screenshots. Please note you'll need a default instance of NearBeach running with the fixture This is where I will look up the fixture name because off the top of my head, I can't remember them. I wish I had a really awesome memory, but I don't. Be pretty cool if I had an awesome memory. NearBeach basic setup.json. Okay, cool. If you wanted to get into distributed system stuff, a lot of Golang. Yep. Games, you probably want C++. Yep, or .NET. Sorry, had to answer the door. How are you going? I am going good, RJ. Yeah, so yeah, we're just updating the documentation to reflect the changes we have done for the deployment process. So I'm excited. What will happen now is when we start doing fixes and so forth like that, I want to jump into actually fixing a bunch of bugs and then testing the new deployment process using release candidates. So yeah, Nocturnal, don't upgrade to the release candidates, please. Stay on the latest 0.30. What switches are your keyboard? So they should be blues? I picked the loudest ones. It's a Keychron K2 wireless mechanical keyboard designed by Keychron, made in China. It doesn't tell me at all on the back, but I do believe they're blues. I do like a loud keyboard. I had to get brown ones for work. However, the keyboard at work is one of those smaller keyboards. I'm just not liking it. So I might upgrade. I also need to clean this keyboard too. It's looking pretty manky. Yeah, they're loud. Aggressively loud. Yes, yes. I do remember, so if you guys know Chris Griffin, I was playing something with him and I had to type out something really, really fast. And I typed it out really, really fast. He's like, God damn, that's aggressive. And he's like, I've lost my train of thought. It's just like, yep, loudest keyboard. So yeah. All right, so check all screenshots from the end-to-end tests. All right, cool. Make sure the development branch has been pushed to Origin. This will include the completion of the production JavaScript. Audit tools. I think audit tools should actually belong up here. Run audit tools and fix any packages. All right, I'm just gonna. Oh, yep. So we hit this, and we're happy at that particular point. So now we don't need to edit the startup. Don't need, that is recommended. So I'm going to put recommendations at the top of the documentation. Run the following command. All right, we definitely don't need that and that anymore. Goodbye. Push code back up. Yep, we don't need that anymore. Do a pull. Yep, all right. Create a new release off the main. All right. So, using git flow will create a release. And then what we want to do so I just want to this is colorful. Okay. Git flow release start. Is it start release? Release start. And then version number. So if I look at this, this should be la la la. Oh, that should be code blocked. So give me 2 seconds. I actually want to put that in a code block. Actually, no, that'll be fine like that. The release, the version number should follow the format XXX, XYZ. More information can be found at, and then we just go into version code version control. No. Code version numbering. What is so yeah, eventually we'll be following this sort of format. So yeah. Oh yep, there we go. Thank you very much, Nocturnal. That will save me trying to figure out what I'm trying to do. Did I paste it in and hit enter and it just not do twat? Alright, cool. Yep. Information can be found at, and I'm just going to paste the link. It might be good to look into job postings and see what people are requesting skill-wise. Obviously, filter for the jobs you want to do. Yeah, yep, definitely do that. All right, so using Git flow, we'll create a release. The version, blah, blah, blah. Once using Git flow, we'll finish the release. Git flow release finish version number. All right, and then the last step, check the GitHub actions for NearBeach to see if the workflows are running correctly. Okay. Now, we should be able to do a git flow release start. And the base, you can optionally supply a base commit SHA-1 hash to start the release from. The commit must be on the develop branch. Oh, so we can't do it from the main branch. Ooh. So yeah, this is what happens with the release. It pumps it back in dev and master, and everyone's happy. And hot fixes go off master, and they hit that, but yeah. Okay, cool. All right, this is a success. Yay. So now we've just got to do deployment process 3. I'm going to create a new file for that. I'm going to call it Python packages. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should rename that into Python. I think hyphen packages. All right. I think, yeah, it's just that, and then you finish it off with that, and then you just do, yep, all right, cool. Upgrading Python packages. The following command lines will help you update your Python packages in your virtual environments. And then what I want is 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Pip list outdated. And pip install upgrade package name. Done. It's just a simple sort of thing. We are going to put this in an index here. So Python packages 005 procedures deployment, and then Python packages. Simple as that. Max. All right. Okay. This process should only be followed when we just want to deploy a new version of NearBeach's core libraries without deploying any of the new code, i.e. separated from the main the development cycle. Example 1. Photo 3 has a security patch. We need to release this library into NearBeach's Docker containers and get everyone to use the newest versions. All right, cool. So what we want to do is the user go to https github.com NearBeach. Whoops, typed that wrong, didn't I? NearBeach. Go to that. All right. On the source code page, on the hub page, you want click on the. This is where I need 4 minutes for the front end. Holy hell. Whew. Click on create a new release. So we'll be doing that, doing it like this. Appropriately fill out the tag using the version X, Y, Z. This is where we go up here and we just copy this. For more information, please read. All right, so from there, what we need to do is fill out the information, fill out the rest of the information as appropriately as possible, explain why there is a release, i.e. security patch for external library. All right. Make sure the target is main. Deploy the release. All right, sweet. I'm happy with that. All right, so we're just adding in those document changes. Git push, commit, updating deployment procedure for NearBeach. All right, sweet. We've just done that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to merge that into our dev. All right. Update to the deployment procedure documentation. Now reflecting the new automatic process. In this sort of case, we won't take too long to actually do this. In the Circle CI, reason why I didn't wait for the Circle CI, we know it's going to run. That's not going to be a problem. All right, cool. So git checkout, develop, git pull. We now get those new documentation in here. The read the docs should update. So NearBeach.read the docs.io. Actually, this might take 5-10 minutes to actually update and so forth like that. Maybe not. There we go. This looks a lot nicer. Anyway, give me about 2 minutes. I am going to be back. Max is calling and I need to, yeah, just give me 2 minutes. I'll be back. All right. Oops, sorry, socks. Just absolutely scare socks. Cool. I am back. We can stuff. All right, so we've got the new process out. I'm glad that is done. So let's go to prod.nearbeach.app. Let's scroll down to our new features for NearBeach. Under documentation, we didn't actually have anything for documentation. Did I have it down here? Create podman container, implement status. No. All right. Cool. So what I want to do is I want to go to nearbeach.org. We've got our goals. We still need to improve unit testing and so forth like that, which we're currently going to be doing very shortly. Yeah, won't take long. It's just testing out a few things. And, sorry, just solving this. Okay. So, right process on keeping packages up to date. Let's actually duplicate this tab. Let's actually update this blog. Let's also close a bunch of tabs we don't need open anymore. Let's go to NearBeach UTrack. Let's look into here. So issues at the moment, we've got it at 11 with 0 release, which is fine. We have one major one, object that does not have user permission checking, which is one thing which we will be fixing right away. We do have to rewrite the whole entire sort of checks and so forth like that. That is going to be a big change. Our unit tests will hopefully test for any issues around that, because we're just refactoring that code. The UI UX issue on the Kanban mobile issue, Nocturnal, I might chat to Pip about this. I think I've got a solution. I think I'm going to have to just have it so on the thing it'll be create new card when on mobile format. Oh, it won't be now. It'll be on Discord. So, yeah. All good. All good. I've still got to chat to you about sprints and stuff like that. So, yes. Hopefully this weekend I've got time. So, yeah, it's been hectic for me. Alright. So, and then the 403 access page does not have a dark theme. I don't know how to get to that. That's the, yeah, we're having some weird issues with Django around that one. So, yeah. And then all of the other ones are just minor sort of stuff. So a lot of this will be fixed very quickly. And I feel like 0.31 will be released quite soon. So once the first release happens, we'll then be doing sprints and all that kind of stuff. So it won't be one of those things which we take forever to, like last year with the 0.30 branch, where we took 7 months to deploy. But then again, we were just waiting. We were only going to deploy it once everything was fixed and stable enough. So it got to that point where we were happy with it. So yeah, this will be a faster turnaround. All right, so let's edit our blog so everyone knows where we're at with everything. So counter bugs. That should be 11. Yep, 11 and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully we'll knock this up just a little bit. I do want to knock that up just a little bit. Just a quick couple of wins. And then, yeah. So card 70. Right process on keeping packages up to date. Ooh, actually, prod.nearbeach.app. Let's actually... We can cheat. We can actually do that. It's not opening up the card. Is it because all of these are closed? No. I don't have card 70 in here. Don't know where that card went. Alright, anyway, card 70. Where is the edit? I wish there was an underlying thing in there. So card 70. We're doing a strike through. Alright. Diagnostic page, that will happen next. That's pretty easy. That will be limited to those. Implement the ability to edit notes on object. That's done, that's done. Depreciate search mixins, that'll be done next. Podman container, that should be, yeah, hopefully done soon. Implement end-to-end testing on Circle CI. Alright, that will probably be moved to next month. Okay, cool. So we've got one more of these down, which is nice. New features for NearBeach. Card custom status editor, that will happen. Just sadly not this month. I think I just realized that this month is ending very, very quickly. It's just like, holy hell. All right, the current release. Yep. All right, sweet. Okay, cool. And let's jump into here. I mean, we could potentially knock out the error modal very, very quickly. Famous last words. So what we want is git pull. All right, up to date. We're on the dev branch. We want git flow feature start depreciate error modal. All right, cool. So what we want is error modal. Yes. Yes, I do mean that. I spelt it wrong. I always say depreciate. Depreciate. I don't know why I always put the I in there. In between the C and A. So yeah. We all know my spelling needs a bit of improvement. Okay, so we've still got quite a number. Let's just do directory, NearBeach, source. That will be the best sort of way of doing that. Actually, not too many files in there. Now, that's kicked me before. So let's go grep. It's error modal under source. There you go. There's a lot more in there than that, just doing that. So what I want to do, I actually want to copy all of this. All right, something went wrong. Copy. And then what I want to do, yours is terrible as well, yeah. Is I want calc. I'm just going to move that over here. All right, cool. And then I just want to paste as unformatted text. Yeah, cool. Do we want this separated by a colon? Yes. Other colon. Sweet. Well, that's fine. We really just want that column, so we're just going to go OK. We are copying this column, new sheet. We're going to paste just text, and what we're going to do is dedupe, and I don't know how to do it in here. So data, consolidate. No. Where's the dedupe? Because I just want a unique list of this. Don't tell me you. Am I blind? All right, this way. Dedupe list. I'm not going to spend too long on that. So we've got 43 components with error modals. Actually, less than that. So this should be easy to sort of get rid of all of this. So yeah, all right. We can start this. So we'll start from the top. We'll minimize everything. We'll open this up. We'll open up source, JavaScript, mixins, and then error modal mixin we're deleting. All right. And then we go error modal. We don't want this under mixins. Actually, yeah, we do. This is the upload mixin. We don't want error modals whatsoever. And this is in that weird format, which I do not like at all. Okay. All this $store.dispatch new toast message header is now this is going to be when failed to upload image message sorry could not upload image error, and then we just go error. We want extra classes to be background danger, and we want the delay to be 0. And we're fine with that. New object upload. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I'm getting better at, like, not counting in my head, but I still got a double. Failed to upload. Yeah, that's fine. All right. So we're happy with that. So we've gotten rid of the error modals in the mixins, and now we just got to do it in everywhere else. And some of this is just us going through. We've already cleaned up quite a lot of this. Just wait, let me rephrase that. Our end-to-end tests should pick up the fact that there are no modals anymore. Or that functionality doesn't work. So yeah, and we'll need to actually remove that error modal from the template itself. So under templates, we've got NearBeach. We have, I think the master, the footer, I think has it. So if we go to partials, we've got the footer. We've got the loading saving module, which we're not touching, and it's this error modal, which we are. So we get rid of that. And we hit save. All right, cool. Anyway, next error modal. So we've got the add bug wizard and all that kind of stuff. We've got the show error modals. So we just delete that. We delete that. Delete that. All right. Okay, what's happening here? We are starting search. So this $store.dispatch new toast, and then we got this. We got our header being like search failed. Message, sorry, the search has search for bug client has failed. Errors, and then that will be error. Message, and then extra classes will be background warning. And we've got our delay being 0. We don't need to actually have it connected to anything. And we have another one here. This one is for submit bug. So, submit bug failed. Sorry, submitting the bug failed. Errors. All right, cool. Next one. And then I'll probably call it here. So, I'm just gonna finish early tonight. Gonna commit this though. Now we don't have a catch on this one, which now I should be doing something like this, so it's readable. What is this doing? Add tag. This $store.dispatch. New toast. Header. Failed to add tag. Message. Sorry, we could not add tag. Errors. Extra classes, background danger. Delay is 0. And we're going to copy that. We're going to fix this up. Holy hell, I hated... Alright. Yeah, this is... Whoa, did not mean to do that.